Okay, what we're going to do is look at using the app called Explain Everything. And what I want to do is I want to show you some of the basic parts of this program. Start a new project, so I click the plus, top left-hand corner, and I'm going to choose the one with the green background. So I just want to show you a couple of the tools. When you first go in, you'll notice that it looks like a pencil that's highlighted, which is right here. So you can draw all over the screen. If you look at the bottom, which is right here, you'll notice that there's 3 different colors showing. Those are the 3 colors that you can activate. So if I click the middle one, get kind of that yellowy orange color. The bottom one, get kind of that other yellow color. If you want to change one of the colors, just simply hold down the square and you'll notice that this little pop-up happens, and now I can choose red, and when I draw on the screen I'll have a bit of a red pen. Okay, so that's the pen tool, pretty basic. This right here is like an undo tool if you want to go back. That'll start to get rid of some of the stuff that you've done. There is an eraser tool right here. So if I click the eraser, I can obviously erase what I've done. Is your text tool. So if I click on that, a little window opens up with the keyboard, and I can type hello. So now that that's on the screen, let's say I want to do something with it. I don't like the size of the text. It's a little bit smaller. Maybe it's not really in the spot that I wanted. Right here, there is a little button, and it looks like a finger touching the screen. If I tap that and now go onto the screen with my finger, I can grab this object, which is the word hello, and move it around with one finger. Now if I use 2 fingers and pull the fingers apart, stretch them out, you actually stretch the size of the object. In this case it's the text. I can spin it around. That's with 2 fingers. I can make it very large. By squeezing the fingers together you can make it small and place it wherever you want. This is an add tool, so let's click that and see the options that we get. Existing photo or video, so if you click on that, it's going to go to the camera. I think it's called photo roll, which is on the iPad itself. Any pictures or videos that might be there. If you go way over to the right hand side, new video, if I click that new video, and now I can start recording what's going on around me. I can also go to a file. This is linked directly to my Google Drive right now, this picture right here. If you want to crop it, you want to move something around, that's fine. I like the picture the way it is, so I'm just going to click done. And it's brought that picture down. And with 2 fingers you can expand it, you can shrink it, you can spin it, you can move it around. I'm going to go to a new page, okay, just to kind of clean things up. Now the new page is this thing right here. And you'll notice down here it tells you what slide you're on. So right now I'm on slide 2 of 2. If I use the arrow back, I'll go to slide 1. I'm going to make another slide, nice and clean. Draw a picture of a tree. Okay. Now if I want to point something out about the tree or whatever it is that's in your presentation, this right here, it's kind of like a laser pen. You can go around the screen and say, okay, you know, like this is the trunk of the tree and these are the leaves, this is where we're going to find the fruit. It's kind of a neat thing just to highlight stuff. And if you hold it down, holding down always seems to give you more options. You can change it to any one of these things. Now, in terms of recording, what I want to do is show you how to make a really basic recording, clear out everything that we've done so far. So in the bottom corner, you'll notice that there is the little house. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the house. I don't want to save this project at all. So it says, do you want to save it? And the answer is no. I want to start a brand new one, and I'll pick the black background this time. So when we go to make the recording, we look, there is the record button. And right here is the microphone button. Now it usually defaults to the microphone being on. If you're in a classroom where multiple kids are doing some kind of an explain everything and there's a lot of background noise, it might be a good idea to just touch that microphone, and what happens is you mute it, and the only thing that it'll do is make a screen recording, so there won't be any audio. Let's just draw a very simple picture of a house. So I'm going to click record. It's recording right now with no audio, and I'm going to draw the house. So we finished making the screen capture. Part of Explain Everything is that while the students are doing some kind of a problem, they can talk you through their thought process of what's actually going on. Now, if they're doing this in a classroom where it's noisy, obviously the background noise will kind of hamper things, so they could simply go in the hallway, maybe find a spot that's a little bit quiet, and then they can do the audio dub over. So what I'm going to do is click the little timeline, which is like a clock at the bottom. Line is your video, and you'll notice that there's those little gray bars. That's kind of when you were drawing on the screen. And the bottom one is the audio. Click the little padlock on the top. That's locking the video. Now the audio is wide open. So I want to record the audio, just a little narrative of what I did. And what I need to do first is hit the microphone button to unmute it. And now if I click record, it will show me the video part of what I've done, but I can do the voiceover. So we're going to try it right now. Okay, so what we want to do is draw a picture of a house. I'll start with the ground, and I will build the basic structure. So there are my walls. I'm putting on the roof. I didn't really plan ahead, so the roof is kind of off to the side. My door with a doorknob and a couple of very simple windows. And in Thunder Bay we need to have a furnace, so we'll put a chimney on the top. And there is my very simple house. Okay, so when I was done, I clicked the pause button again, and that stops the recording. I found that it's not easy to go back and any editing over top of what we've just done. So what I would suggest is you now push the lock button for the audio. So if I push the play button, we can watch the recording that we've made. Okay, so what we want to do is draw a picture of a house. I'll start with the ground, and I will build the basic structure. And there is my very simple house. Okay, so our presentation is now done. Now, we have it on the iPad, we're done with it, we want to share it with the teacher. There's a couple of ways of doing it, functions down here. So if I click the first one, it'll say move it to camera roll. So if you want to have them just store it on the iPad for now, that's perfectly fine. Depending on how large the video is, this could take anywhere from a minute to 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so we just let it process. And again, this is going to stay on the iPad. It's not secure because we're sharing these iPads with other kids. It took about 3 or 4 minutes to do that. Another option is, third choice over, it says more. Put it on Google Drive. So if you look at all the tabs across the bottom, there's Photos, iTunes, Dropbox, Evernote, Google Drive. I'm currently logged into my Google Drive. That's why it allows me to do this. The students would have to log in if they weren't already in. And you can go to export and obviously give it some kind of a name. So let's just call it demo. Now when it's in Google Drive, I found on a computer, like a PC, you're not able to play it. But if you access your Google Drive using the iPad, it looks like it does play. Google Drive is a good spot to put the video, to store it. That way it's not going to get accidentally deleted. And then there's a way of bringing it from Google Drive back down to Explain Everything, or even into a movie edit. So I'm not going to save it, but this is how you would do it. Okay, so we've exported it to the camera roll. We've also put it on Google Drive. What I want to do is show you how you can take it out of Google Drive or even the camera roll and put it back into Explain Everything. So I'm going to go to Add. If I go to existing photo or video, right now it's showing me that these are the videos that are on the camera roll. I can click on, if I touch the square, you'll notice a little play bar comes up, and if I push play. Okay, so what we want to do is draw a picture of a house. And there's the video that we made. There's a little bit of limitation because now we just have this video that's sitting in here, which is the other tab. And I saved another version of it called Demo 1. So I'm just going to click that and we'll watch it. And click it again. This is coming from Google Drive back into Explain Everything. And again, there's the play bar. And we can watch the video that we've made. So you can definitely bring it from Photo Roll or Google Drive back into Explain Everything. Can't really do any editing after it's done. It's basically like you've got a published movie. And these are some of the basic functions of Explain Everything. Hope you enjoy using it.